Forrester beamed. As I recall, when you left us at the Hotel de la Poste, you looked rather sullen. So you have portrayed that little lady of yours after all. I have a vivid recollection of that photo you showed me. Maybe when we're both in Blighty, Selden, you can invite me for dinner, so I can see your wife is as pretty as that photograph suggests. But main thing, man, is you enjoy yourself, but discretion prevents me from asking further. Daniel looked deep into the mirror, working the blade on his upper lip. Forrester could think what he liked. Sullen, was I? I don't recall. I expect you weren't so virtuous yourself. Lieutenant Forrester beamed the reply. Well, we are in France, and the French are known for their love-making. I was not disappointed. I'm guessing that absent Batman of mine also enjoyed himself last night. Oh, drunk like the rest of them, probably. Forrester began to load his pipe with tobacco in preparation for a future smoke. Daniel gave Forrester a hard look. The blade stroked the skin below his bottom lip. The men have the perfect right to enjoy themselves as they wish. They are no different from ourselves. Something you need to remember at the front, Joseph. Although he made no verbal reply, Forrester looked at him blankly. With the pipe prepared, he lodged it into his breast pocket. Forrester secured the clasp of his valise and straightened up, flexing his shoulders from the task. Well, that's about me sorted for the front. Chirpy Forrester appeared in the mirror behind Daniel's shoulder. Well, Selden, no doubt I'll be winging my way west by the time you're back from breakfast. With a shift in his mood, Daniel, his jaw still half soaked, turned to face his fellow officer. Forrester's coolness continually amazed him. All through training he had proved highly confident. The trim moustache bristled with excitement. Daniel hoped the facial hair would stand him in good stead. Their hands met in a firm clasp. Take care, Forrester. Take good care. Of course, Selden. Forrester raised an eyebrow at the other man's concern. While having shared training, they had never been that well knit. This was it. Now he was about to be on his way. The excitement became apprehension. He was going to the front line, but he would not let any chink in his armour show. Forrester beamed at his fellow officer. Oh, no doubt you'll be joining me at the front before I have time to send a postcard. Yes, no doubt. Forrester's quick withdrawal from the handshake gave his nerves away. Well, I think I'm due for my pipe and a visit to the old soldiers' home before I get under way. Goodbye, Selden. Bye, old man. The tent flap fell back into place. Forrester was gone. Some moments passed as Daniel stared at his own reflection of a half-soaked face. He plunged into deeper thought. The flash of another separation sparked into his mind. That explosion of an ending last year on the Somme haunted him. The man who stared back looked like Daniel Selden, but who was he? Daniel was thrown out of the trance by the mirror's quiver. Reacting to the canvas, shaking by its pegged ropes, a shadow collided with the edge of the tent. Outside, Daniel found a cursing eddy with his foot snagged in the tent rope as he tried to juggle a pitcher of water. Daniel twisted, avoiding the spill of the boiled contents. Steady on, lad. Daniel fell into awkward formality. He resisted helping the youth who struggled like a trapped rabbit in a poacher's snare. Are you my new Batman, then? No, sorry, sir. With his foot freed, Eddie followed his officer into the tent and put the jug down. Sir, it's Bill. He's not well, sir. Hardly surprising. Daniel's concentration was disturbed by the light-haired youth's appearance. The intimacy of the previous night became an awkward burden. Increasing the distance between them, Daniel moved back to his mirror, continuing with his shave. He addressed Eddie through the safety of a reflection. I expect Corporal Riley will be quite unconscious for the rest of the morning. I thought that walk back to camp would have cured his stupor. Oh, he'll be right, sir, but, sir, I'll have him peeling potatoes for a week. Sir, last night. Daniel copied his tone. He put the razor down and stared at the reversed image of Eddie, unsure of how to react. Last night. Yes, sir. I don't regret it, sir, but it's just that, last night, I gave in to the moment. You weren't the only one. I didn't stop you. I think it a good idea, sir, if we draw a line, sir, if you know what I mean. You being an officer and me being... Don't you think? Besides, Bill... Daniel turned to address the restless youth, whose neat, aurate hair glowed with morning intensity. Did he do something to exaggerate the colour? What has Bill to do with this? Bill means a lot to me, and... Daniel shook his head. But Bill is not of our kind. Can't you understand, Eddie? Still, I like him, and if... With a gentle hand, Daniel tried to steady the lad's agitated shoulder. He smiled, hiding his own disappointment. At ease, Eddie. What happened between you and me was something that was personal to us. Although quite alone, Daniel dared not talk blatantly of their sexual intimacy. As two men, they had to be careful. Daniel wanted to kiss him again, but he envisioned Major Halesworth walking in, finding his officer kissing the private. Don't worry, Eddie. We all give in to our emotions sometimes. We need to exercise them and deal with them. And you help me exercise. I fear I'm not explaining myself. Oh, you are, sir. I understand a lot. Trust, Eddie, is something important between men, especially like ourselves, who aren't always understood for our humanity. The British have a passion for prudery. I think I understand, sir. You mean back home folks are all prim and proper like? Now my dad, he doesn't like anything to change. My dad doesn't like these fashions women have today. He tells my ma off whenever she bares her ankles. Even if she wants to paddle in the sea, he'll have a go at her. Eddie frowned. Is that the sort of thing you mean, sir? Something like that, yes. Don't worry. I'm sure one day our humanity will be understood by everyone. Daniel gave the youth's shoulder a brief squeeze of reassurance. Oh, I hope so, sir. A glint came into his eye. I'd love to kiss a fella in public and let folks see how I love him. Yes, that may be far in the future. Anyway, let's say nothing more. Now I expect I should be missing out on my breakfast thanks to Bill. Daniel pulled himself away from his desire. I'll do it, sir. I know how you like it, sir. I've seen Bill cooking. You're not my servant, Bess roused Bill. I know everything is. Just this once I'd like to cook for you. Okay, trooper, I'll be along shortly. Daniel hung on the affectionate shine in the powder blue eyes. With a sharp salute, Eddie jumped to the tent flap. And I won't be needing that water now. Yes, sir. Ducking from the tent, a keen Eddie lugged the jug back to the officers' mess. As he observed the lads departing cemetery, disappointment shook Daniel. Eddie could not be his. He told himself Eddie was right. They did not belong together in this place. Daniel sadly returned to the task of completing his shave.